Hey guys, so I was talking and I wasn't recording. Good job, great job. Pat on the back for that. Anyways, this is gonna be another raw, unedited type of video. I'm sorry that, first of all, what I was basically saying in that minute or two that I was rambling and didn't realize I wasn't recording was that I'm sorry that I've been on a bit of a hiatus. It's just been a lot's been going on. I thought things were getting better just for what I feel to be not 7 steps back. And it doesn't help that I watch a lot of other videos and other channels that have people like me who are single parents that did not plan on being single parents, okay? So understand that, first of all, before people come trolling in my comments saying, oh, you chose that life. No, I didn't. I never chose or wanted to be a single mother. I never wanted to be the mother of a child whose father is addicted to other things instead of the love of his own kid. Now, I do have my own struggles, but at the end of the day, my son is my son and I love him dearly. So yes, I am a single mom. I struggle, and at times I feel like a failure, to be honest. There's times that I feel like he deserved a better mom than me. At times I feel like I don't deserve such a sweet boy. At times I wonder why God gave me such a great kid. I mean, he's 6. He's going on 6 in October. But a little more into, I guess this would be kind of part 2 into my single parent and kind of, this is for the last 6 years, almost 6 years now. Things could, I've tried so hard to get things better. So back in 2018, I'm going to say 2019, the beginning of 2019, I had my son in October. He was a scheduled C-section. My oldest son was a scheduled C-section. And so I had him in October of 2018, October 16th, 2018, when his original birth date was October 23rd. So now I left his dad. I was about 8 to 10 weeks pregnant. So that's for those of you that don't like counting or don't like the 8 to 10 weeks things. I was like that too when I was before pregnancy, but 8 to 10 weeks, that's about 2.5 months pregnant. So I left him between me being 2 to 2.5 months pregnant, maybe 3, but definitely about 2.5. And I just grew tired. There's a lot of things going on in the relationship, like cheating, lying, especially with this one chick, and it became not just women either. It turned into men. So I'm sitting here in your bed every day, cooking and cleaning for you and your dad, and you out here with men and women. So I got tired because the last woman he cheated on me with, which he'll still to this day say no, he didn't, and she'll tell you that they did. She apparently was a Tatiana. She was Tatiana Thought Bucket herself. And he went and you know, hooked up with her, and then came home and gave me an STI. Thank God I was able to take one pill and get that situated, but it's like you're not even thinking about the health of your unborn son. Like, what if it was something like HIV or AIDS that could kill your son or worse? Like, I don't understand what he needed to do all that for when you have a whole woman that's pregnant in your bed every day that cooks, cleans, and does everything you need her to do. And more. So I got tired. Then he picked up I'm gonna I'm trying. I don't want to be flagged for anything, but let's just say he picked up coke and crack cocaine. You two, please don't flag me. I don't know how else I could have said that, but we're just gonna say Coco. Going forward, now that I've said that, those things already, I'm not gonna say the whole thing again because I don't want to get flagged. But he began doing the cocoa, and I mean, it just blew my mind. Weed, Mary Jane, I'm fine with. I can deal with Mary Jane. I've smoked Mary Jane before. I'd be a hypocrite by sitting here saying you're a bad person because you smoke that. No, ma'am. Smoking does not make anybody a bad person. What makes somebody a bad person is them not being able to handle the drug. Because drugs are powerful. They are powerful things. And if you can't handle them, then you should not be doing them. But some people don't understand that. It's too much of the feeling. It's too good of a feeling for some people. I told him, listen, I don't want to be around it. I don't even want it in my house, whether you're doing it or not doing it at the moment. I don't want to hear or near me, I'm pregnant, This is something you should think about as a grown man. I shouldn't have to be telling you this, but I give you about a week to put that habit back in the cup, cover it up, and put it back where you found it. Because I will leave. And a week later, that's pretty much exactly what happened. He was doing it with his brother and his dad. Alright, cool. Y'all want to sit around here and do that all day? That's on y'all. I'm going to take my pregnant behind back to my brother and my mom. Now, me and my brother has always been rocky. For some reason, my brother hates me. I didn't do anything to my brother. But what I can say about that is I feel like he has a lot of animosity against me because when my mom got sick, I was 10 and he was 13. My dad left, so obviously neither one of us could work, but out of the two, once he hit 16, I was only 13 and I still couldn't work. Nobody was hiring 13-year-olds. Because I can even remember there's times where I tried to earn money and I either just couldn't do it, or my mom told me no, I couldn't do it because it wasn't a good idea, or if other family members would told me, oh, no, you won't do too well in that. You can't do that. That's not for you. So it's like I feel like he's mad at me because he had to take on the responsibility. He's mad at me because he has oldest child syndrome. It's not my fault, and I wish I could change it. I wish I could take it back. There's days I feel like He doesn't want me as a sister, and I'm sorry that I was born. I didn't ask to be here, but I'm the sister you got. So, can you just love me? That's really all I want. I just would love my own mom and my own brother to love me for once. But I don't think I'd ever get that in this life. I'm gonna always be the person that can't do anything right, can't speak my mind, because if I say something, I shouldn't have said it, or I was a bad person, and I have to constantly allow people to talk at me and not defend myself. And when I do defend myself, I'm too defensive, and when I don't, I'm not defensive at all. So it's like, what do I do? What do I honestly do? So, anyways, I'm doing this instead of journaling tonight. I'm taking this video as my journal, my outlet, just for tonight, because I normally journal and do a devotional. I'll probably do another video on that. But so I came back to my brother's house, and he's actually taking care of my mom, who's disabled. And we almost lost her back in February of this year. But I came to them, I want to say, ending of February, mid-March, the latest. I got a job at the mall at a clothing store for funny enough pregnant women, called Motherhood Maternity. It wasn't just for pregnant women though. You could go there if you've just had a baby, you need bras and stuff. However, the store that I worked at, I know is closed. I don't know if the other closest location to me has closed, or if the whole company is just done away with Motherhood Maternity. I don't know. But I was working at Motherhood Maternity literally up until October 13th of 2018, which was 3 days before I had Ben. His dad quit a job because I was working. And mind you, this was late August, so because it was about late August, he was telling people he quit because I was about to give birth to my son any day now, and that he didn't need to work, and he'd rather be ready, available. I wasn't even due till October. We in August, what you talking about? There was nothing wrong with me to have a premature baby. Nobody told you that, so I'm confused on why you speaking on that, like on your child like that. And he's let that baby beg. So anyways, yeah, I chose a special one. But this is another thing. This is another stigma that I hate, that people love to say, oh, you chose to have a baby with him. Ma'am, no, I didn't. Okay? A lot of us, and I'm going to say it's a 50-50. 50% of us are not just walking around here talking, oh, I'm just going to have a baby by anybody. No, things happen. Sometimes things happen. The condom can break. Birth control can fail. Both can happen at the same time. You might forget to go get your plan B. It can happen. Oopsies happen all the time. I don't regret either one of my kids. I just wish that I knew what I knew before that I knew now. I wish I knew. I'm not even gonna say I wish I knew. I wish I trusted myself more and the power of my own discernment. Because I feel like that would have saved me a lot of heartache. Um, so yeah, it was just hard because, especially with, while I was working, I didn't have a lot of friends as it because the few friends that I had left had me on a tight rope, and it was to the point where at least one or two people told me this verbatim: if you don't leave him, I am not going to ever be your friend, and I will never talk to you again. I've lost friends. I've lost friends just because I chose to try to love somebody that didn't love themselves. I've lost friends because I chose to try to help a narcissist change himself. I lost friends because I thought I could change or help somebody change because he talked a good game saying he wanted different. He wanted a family. He wanted this. And it just wasn't. His actions and his words were not matching. If I only trusted myself more, I may not have had my son, but I probably would have been further off, like a little better in my life. But again, I'm not saying that I regret my baby because I don't regret Ben at all. I kept him, and that's that. I'm just doing my best to make sure that I get it together, and it's not easy. The resources in my area, it's hard. I've tried at least 3 different shelters that were non-Christian. No room, and they don't accept my kid. One Christian place that was actually for drug abuse, called Calvary House. I wanted to try to go there so that way I can learn and not keep smoking and just learn how to live a sober, healthy life through trauma. Well, not through trauma, but through, like, when I face trauma, to be able to still live a healthy, active, balanced, sober life and not revert to smoking because that's all I know. It makes things better in the moment, but when I run out, or when I can't afford to buy anymore, it's just gonna smack me right back in the face. It doesn't do anything but make me not think of it for a few hours. The problem is still there, no matter how much smoking I'm doing to run from it. And the lady, she just really made me. She made me cry. I'm not gonna lie. It just broke my heart because all she said was, well, first of all, we don't accept your kids. We're not compatible or set up to accept kids. So even if we accept you, you gotta find somebody else to take care of your kid. I'm sorry, what? This is after her telling me that she's a single parent herself, or was a single parent. Now, mind you, I did explain to her that I don't have help. Who am I gonna have asked to keep my child while I live here? I don't have anybody that would do that for me. My family already makes me feel like a burden. I'm on the verge of probably being put out as is with nowhere to go. I lost my job in June, so it's like there's no help there is no true help in this world for single parents, whether you're a single mom or single dad. And I really feel bad for single dads because if it's hard for us as single moms in the state of Florida to find resources that would actually help. Y'all, like, I even contacted a church um, in Georgia, and I don't know if they just thought I was after money. I'm not after money. I literally told them, listen, I don't care if y'all give me money. Don't give me money if you don't want. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for help to relocate, get myself out of a situation that is just no good for me or my son. So it, it's just hard as a single parent. So that's pretty much how I got here, being a single parent living with my brother and my mom. Um, so I had him in 2018, and I was working for a couple of years. Things were going okay. Um, it seemed like his dad was actually smart or wanting to not miss his child's life. Just to find out, he went back to that stuff. So, for today, because I don't want to give y'all too much, I'd be here for like an hour and a half. So I'm going to do a part. I might not do a part 2 or 3. It might just be like a update in what I'm getting into or doing. Um, so yeah. Now I will say this, as of 2024, my oldest son's dad is currently homeless. He's been homeless for almost 3 years now. Um, More like 2 years, but almost 3, but more 2 years. I would say, yeah. Let's just go with 2 years because he became homeless a couple months after the stillbirth of Liam. So when I went to the hospital to give birth to Silas Liam, about a month and a half to 2 months later, he got evicted. And that was in August 27th of 2022. And another funny story is his original due date was actually August 23rd as well. So Ben's original date was October 23rd, and Liam's was August 23rd. So, um, he overdosed twice, and he's been arrested a few times within the last 2 years alone. So, and but as far as the overdose was recent, about 3 months. Within the last 3 to 4 months, he overdosed twice. So I'm just pushing my best to love on my Ben, because poor guy lost his little brother. And in a way, even though his dad is not dead, he's not, physically, he could, if he actually came and, got on the bus and the train and, tried to want to see him, he could, wish he could. I would let him visit Ties though, but, because he's not mentally stable, he's still on that stuff, and I know that. So, but if he, like, he though he is alive, my son lost his dad too. My oldest son lost his brother and his dad within a matter of months. So it's like, with me having to grieve between losing my youngest son and then 4 days after my birthday, my closest cousin, I was grieving bad, and I'm still grieving, to be honest. It's kind of hard to still talk sometimes, but so anyways, I guess I'll give you a little bit of the tea that well, it's not tea, but I'll go a few more minutes. So Ben had a great year at VPK. He is in kindergarten, and I'm currently homeschooling him. Okay, there we go. So let me rewind back a little bit. So I was working at a Christian school, and it's just I don't know what it is, but it's like I feel like right now I'm just getting hurt left and right by Christians, and I'm a Christian, but I'm gonna say more. I'm a believer at this point, because if this is how Christians are gonna be, just always out to hurt each other and other people, I don't want parts. I believe that God is real. Jesus heals, and the Holy Spirit is always turning my wheels. But they decided that because I needed a couple of days off to deal between my son and finding care for my son after he left school at 12 o'clock, because he was only there for the initially he started VPK going only the 3 required hours by the state of Florida, because I wasn't working at the time and I didn't have the funds. I applied for the scholarship, so that's how he happened to get into school with the scholarship, and they paid the $150, or at least from what I would, my when I signed up, they would pay up to $150 for part time, or pretty much $150, and then whatever it is you have to cover out of pocket. So it just worked out that he went to school for those three hours while I door dashed. So I then one day I went to pick him up, and I'm gonna say he was the head of maintenance, even though I'm not really sure what his actual job title was. He gave me a piece of paper and said that the schools were hiring, because they do have another campus that had kindergarten through 5th grade. The VPK was held at the church, and kindergarten through 5th grade was about 3 minutes away at the Spanish campus, which is literally just down the street. So I wasn't far from my kid. I literally could have ran there, and it would have took me like 5 or 10 minutes. Driving 3 minutes. So he was saying that they were hiring. So it was a lot of confusion with that job, and I'll do that. I will definitely do a story time for, and kind of go through. It was a blessing. I honestly was not hurt, upset, or anything when they did let me go through text message after they said that they were going to call me, because they had already secured a job for me. But then they fired me. Okay. So I then, I was working and living with the family that I live now. I understand that, I do need to help with bills. I'm a grown woman, and I do need to help with bills. But I do also need to save money as well as provide for myself and my child, as in underwear, soap, body soap, shampoo, haircuts for Ben, clothes and shoes when as he's growing, food when food stamps don't cover enough or isn't enough, stuff like that. They didn't care. Their whole thing was, well, oh well, we need you to pay the light bill. We don't care what you have to do outside of the light bill. That's a you problem. So, um, let's just say a lot of single parents should know how that goes. The car you're driving, when you can only afford to put gas in it to get you from point A to point B. And that's all you could afford. You can't even afford to wash it. Light bills were anywhere between $350 to $425 a month. Now, y'all, friends, before my mom went into the hospital, I with one check, maybe it also depended, because originally I got hired for part-time and they told me I'd be working 20 to 25 hours a week, maybe 30. But so I was working 20 to 25 hours a week, and then it went up because they gave me they actually gave me two additional positions. Didn't pay me for them. Kept my same pay rate at $12 an hour to be the maintenance lady, pretty much the janitor that walked around the building cleaning, cafeteria assistant, and on-call aftercare for $12 an hour. So some weeks I was getting 35 hours. Some weeks I was only getting 20 to 25. But even if I got 20 hours one week and 35 hours the next week, I had enough to be able to pay the light bill with no problem, and put gas in my car, get Ben his needs like his pull up and stuff like that. So so yeah. So there was some weeks that with one check I could pay that, but then it was, oh, we need this for the house, we need that. And then it's like my personal needs. By the time I paid that $450. There was some checks I would have to keep. Let's say I would have to pretty much keep $300, and I only had $100 to spend on me, Ben, our needs for 2 weeks, and that includes gas. Just so when my next check hit and the light bill was $450, I pay the $450, fill up my gas tank, because the previous paycheck I wouldn't fill it up, but I'd put enough gas in it just to get us to and from 5 days a week and not go anywhere on the weekends. So it's just hard staying with family. What I'm gonna say right now, because I'm getting up there in time, so I don't want to make y'all crash out, but what I will say, sometimes staying with family isn't always best. Sometimes staying with family makes you end up staying because it's always something. You can never save your money, and then they want to turn around and talk, oh, you're not doing anything, or you're not doing this, and da 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 da. Understand, when you help people, things cannot or will not go the way you want things to go in their life. Yeah, if they go and apply, you can tell them go apply for jobs, but if they apply for jobs and nobody calls them, how are you mad at them? It doesn't make any sense that you're mad at that person if nobody's calling them back. Help them. Take a look at their resume. Say, oh, hey, look, I noticed maybe we can do this, and I don't know, something. But I want y'all to understand, family ain't family. Don't rely on family or friends to get you anywhere, because they will only be there for you when it benefits them. And if it's not going to benefit them, here comes the conditional help that nobody needs. Conditional help helps nobody. But okay. But anyway, okay, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. It'll be kind of a part 3-ish, or I don't know if it would be just like a different type of video. We'll see. But okay, y'all. Thanks for listening to me ramble today. And if you can, please drop in the comments the word power, so that I know you've watched this video in full. Number 2, I would also like you to drop in the comments what you would like to see on this page. If you're a single parent, and how many kids you have. You don't need to tell me names or anything like that. But I'm just trying to be that friendly YouTube neighborhood sister or auntie that anybody can run to and say, okay, well, I know she's been through something like this. What did she do? Or what type of advice did she say? Or whatever it is. So I'm going to go defuse and upload while I defuse, and I will see y'all in the next video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love y'all many. Keep your head up, Buttercup.